Hello everybody, I'm NerdyGuy, and you didn't get a video last Friday, but, well, I didn't have one recorded, I needed to record one, and I didn't have time for it, so sorry. But you're getting the same video you're supposed to get Friday today. My camera's a bit off, sorry. Is it better? Ah, fuck it. So, I found the stupidest article ever on WoW Insider. Now, this kinda goes back to my video about April Fools, how I think April Fools is a stupid holiday that usually just an excuse for people to be an asshole. And in the video I mentioned that Blizzard made an April Fool's joke where they released like fake patch notes that were hilarious. I'm gonna put a link to those below. And they also released something else that I didn't mention. They released a theme in Warlords of Draenor, the next expansion. They're going to update all the character models. And they released a fake update to the Female Draenei, and they gave her like the biggest derp face ever. She looked like, and to add it up, she also has a furry ass and a short, stumpy goat tail. Now, most people found that hilarious, and they just laughed at it. A lot of people didn't understand it was an April Fool's joke, and they got pissed. But this article came up on WoW Insider, and I don't understand. I mean, WoW Insider is losing its credibility to me when they post shit like this. I don't know if this is supposed to be an April Fool's joke, but it's uploaded on April 2nd, and it's not funny, so it's not a joke. But basically, this is an article that claims that the April Fool's joke with the fake Draenei model is sexist. So I'm gonna read this article here. I'm also gonna link it below, and I'm also gonna link a picture of the female Draenei model so you can see it. But here we go. Though Blizzard doesn't always treat female characters with as much respect as I'd like, where big game companies are concerned, they usually do okay. Heck, the fact that you can play female character at all puts them ahead of a lot of the gaming industry. But Blizzard doesn't have a particularly spotless record with sexist NPCs, more sexist NPCs, sexual dimorphism, and the lack of women in video game lore, and the fact that Agra won't be heading to Draenor in Warlords, not to mention the fact that Chris Metzen described the journey as more of a boys' trip at BlizzCon. The fact that Blizzard does all of this, and I still think of them as doing okay, speaks to the exceedingly low standards women have when it comes to inclusion in video games. I mean, I can give her this. I agree with her what she says about blah blah blah. Lack of women in video game lore. I mean, there's Tronde, I love my memory sometimes. There's Tronde, there's Agra. I mean, there are some really good female characters, but they're not really getting the spotlight they deserve. I can agree with that. And I also think it's ridiculous that Agra won't be heading to Draenor, as she says. I think that's stupid. Because, you know, orcs are not like housewives. But here we go. In today's April Fool's gag, the joke on us with the new female Draenei models. Today's Draenei are the most sexually dimorphic of the lot, with the male models that are extremely muscled, and the female models that are slender, but still heavy on the cleavage, and in parentheses, seriously, they must have so many back problems. Releasing this so-called ugly Draenei model as a joke, though it might have been intended to poke fun at the gamers who insist on sexualized game characters, just says outright that women aren't at the height of perfect beauty is a joke. What the fuck? I mean, you had kind of a point when you started this article, but now you're just going to shit. I mean, yes, I would say a girl who has a permanent face like this, and a furry butt and a goat tail, yeah, I would call that a joke. I mean, I think the writer of this article does have a goat tail. That's my conclusion to this. What the fuck? This is so stupid. This is not about women. This is about her having a furry butt and a goat tail and a permanent derp face. But it's not over yet. No, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. Fans have railed against the models, but soon enough they're sure to be placated, or I don't know what that word is. Sorry. When Blizzard releases real models, which will no doubt carry out the Draenei's cleavage heavy look, Blizzard will give their loudest voices in the audience exactly what they want, and perhaps justify their continued sexism by saying they're only doing what the crowds ask for. Just look at these forum threads. In the meanwhile, the women who play the game don't want to be over-sexualized will be left as usual out in the cold, or more likely decried as unfeeling feminists who just don't understand a good joke, because jokes where you are the punchline are just so funny. You know, usually jokes that have a punchline like men are stupid, I laugh at those. I found them funny. I mean, it's a bit off topic, but I know a really good one, where God comes to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden and says, well, you know, you've been faithful and, you know, you've been good, so I'm going to give you gifts. I have 2 gifts for you. Now, you will have to decide between each other who gets what. And the first gift is the ability to pee standing up. And Adam goes, ooh, I want it, can I have it? And Eve goes like, yeah, fine, just give it to him. So Adam gets the ability to pee standing up, and he starts running around the Garden of Eden, pissing everywhere, like, woo, yeah, I can pee standing up, feel awesome. And then Eve turns to God and says, well, what's the second gift? And he goes there like, a brain? I laugh at that joke. I find that funny. Like, yeah, men got the ability to pee standing up and women got a brain. I still think men got the better deal. But she seems to think, like I said, she seems to think that the whole joke about the female is poked at her specifically. She's not the punchline of the joke. I'm sorry. Not everything revolves around you. As someone who's played World of Warcraft nearly since launch, Warcraft and Starcraft and Diablo before it, I'm just left wondering why Blizzard feels the need to make jokes at my expense, and the expense of so many other female gamers. Women get told often enough through television, movies, music, magazine covers, and in stores that their bodies aren't good enough. We really didn't need to get the message in our video games, even though we do constantly, but think it's clear that you're not only happy to continue with the same tired gender tropes, but you think they're a funny joke too. That's just not okay for women who have to deal with this garbage in all time of their life. Though it may come as a surprise to some, we live in a world where nearly half of the gamers are women, and Blizzard, if you can't come to terms with the fact, maybe you could at least stop actively insulting women. It would be a step in the right direction. What the fuck? Why are they posting this shit? I could write better if I sat on my keyboard with my bare ass and farted. And as a funny note, the comments on this has been disabled. It says, while we appreciate many thoughtful comments on both sides of the coin, the conversation turned more toxic than we would like. We are not interested in providing a platform for threats or abusive language. We disable comments on this article. You don't think it, she maybe threats aren't justified, but stupid comments about her being stupid is because this article is stupid. How the fuck is it sexist that the women are skinny? Have you looked at the men? I mean, as he even points out, let's see if I can find the exact point here, but today's Draenei are the most sexually dimorphic of the lot, with male models that are extremely muscled and female models that are slender. Do you really think that all men are muscular? I fucking hate this thing that feminists complain about, like, oh, women are so oppressed in the media, we see skinny women and we get the idea that every woman has to be skinny, but nobody cares about, how about underwear commercials where you have men who has like 6 million abs? Like my girlfriend's friend, David Beckham had an underwear commercial in Sweden, and my girlfriend's friend looked at that and drooled more or less. But that's okay. No, that's nothing to get men. No, it's only bad if it happens against women. I mean, look at every male character model, say from the goblin and the gnome, are huge and muscular. And not all female models are skinny. For example, the tauren, the dwarf, and let's see, the orcs aren't particularly skinny either. They're quite muscular, in fact, muscular. I mean, did I mention tauren? Because tauren are they're literally cows. But no, it's only bad if it happens against women. It's okay to objectify men. This is muscles. This is just like veins and shit. I mean, honestly. Can you see any muscles here? Look, here. There's a defined line here. I am incredibly skinny. My girlfriend kicks my ass in arm wrestling. But oh, no. There's no fucking issue with that. No, the male characters can be big and strong. But okay, but the female models, they're not allowed to be skinny or have big breasts, even though only like 3 or 4 of them have that. I want to punch the person who wrote this in the face. I don't care if she's a woman, because I believe in equality. I believe if you're stupid, you should be punched in the face. Or at least get a fucking wake-up call. Like I said, I can agree with you that women in the lore of video game, of World of Warcraft, could get a better spotlight. They could. And the fact that aggro won't be heading to Draenor is stupid. But this is the height of stupidity. Keep your stupidity out of my game. I realize this is a long video, but Jesus, I'm ranting like I'm just pissed when I read this. Stop complaining about you being oppressed when they're treating men and women exactly the same. Yes, they have skinny women, but they have big muscular men too. And not all fucking men are muscular. So, fuck you and stop ruining my game. Elizabeth Harper, whoever wrote this fucking article. Fuck you. If you don't like World of Warcraft, fuck the fuck off. Rate this video, leave a comment, subscribe, look me up on Tumblr. NerdyGuyRanting.tumblr.com. I'm NerdyGuy, and you saw NerdyGuy get pissed. Bye.